All right, so for the AZ-900, that's the Microsoft Azure fundamentals. So you learn about how cloud works, what Azure does, and how to use the Azure cloud. So I went to the Azure cloud and I made a web server VM. Um, it's currently running, and I assigned it a static public IP address. And it's a V2 virtual machine so that it has UEFI instead of BIOS. The V1 virtual machines have BIOS. And I gave it a 30 gigabyte disk. Um, didn't really see any need for it to have anything more than that. And then I went under the networking here and I added a port 80 and a port forward right here. So because port 80 is port forwarded, it has web server capabilities. So then I SSH'd into it here from my PowerShell, and I installed Apache 2 and coded up this little simple web page here and threw it up. And then if you go to the public IP address of the VM now, you get the Kieran's Azure web server H2 and the AZ-900 skills submission paragraph there, and then the title of the page that I set right there. Um, so I know how to use the Azure interface to create a Ubuntu VM and how to log into it and set up a service on it. So that's using Azure as infrastructure as a service. Whereas if I had used the web server resource instead of the virtual machine resource, that would be um, application as a service. I hope that answered all of the prompt.